Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. It's time to preview our huge clash against West Ham. I'm joined by Sophia Di Stefano. How are you feeling, Sophia? We haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, Rory, I'm really sorry. I went away for 5 days and we crashed out of 2 competitions. But to be fair, half my holiday was spent watching beIN Sport channel, which kind of ruined my holiday really, as obviously we were pretty abysmal.
Yeah, not pleasant viewing, that's for sure.
And you've turned up in red.
Yeah.
We've decided to just stick on a sofa now.
Yeah, we've gone very relaxed because there's no jeopardy
just
at stake,
like our
really.
team, really, the way they played.
Nothing's really at stake. I mean, if I'm being as optimistic as possible, I'd like to think that we could qualify for Europe. I'd love to be in the Europa Cup. I think it's a great competition, and I really would like to be in it again. When we won it, we won it in Amsterdam. That was a fantastic day. If I'm realistic with you, I don't even think that's possible. Are you being optimistic for that one?
What have we got? Nine games remaining. Do you know what? Because I know we're coming off and we're feeling incredibly despondent after crashing out of 2 very, very big competitions. But ironically, in the league, we were actually doing pretty well. Our last 3 league games, we got the draw against Stoke, which was painful because that should have been a win at home. And then we won our 2 previous league games. So, league-wise, we have nothing else to play for now, so I think the pressure's off.
See, I think our league form.
Climb up the table.
I think it's all a bit of a bluster. It's all a bit of a myth. I actually don't think it's been good enough in the league. I think that although we're unbeaten, Hiddink hasn't. Well, he hasn't won even half of his games, has he? We've drawn more than we've won. And it's just looked so shaky. I think the result that you referred to there against Stoke was a real shame. I know we had a massive game coming up against Paris, but it really wasn't good enough. And now we have West Ham to play, and there's a huge rivalry between Chelsea and West Ham. This goes back for years, and it would be nice. I'd be very keen on destabilising their season, but it's been a fantastic season for them, hasn't it?
They're flying. They're sat in 5th. They're 2 points off 4th spot. I mean, they've had an incredible season, and if we can step in there and slightly destable that, but it's interesting. Not only they're doing really well in the league, they've then got their FA Cup replay against United.
At home. Yeah. So they've done the hard bit. They've got the draw away from home.
A lot to play for.
They've had an incredible season, and I didn't really see it coming. I remember earlier in the season, I remember watching Match of the Day back in August. They got beat by Leicester at home. They got beat by Bournemouth at home when they really should have won the game. And I was thinking, fantastic, same old West Ham. I thoroughly enjoy that. A lot of my good friends are West Ham fans. One who you may meet in a moment. I love the fact that they were doing badly, but Bilic has done a remarkable job, and it's not all. They've got some excellent players, but largely due to the brilliance and magnificence of Dimitri Payet.
Oh, he is scoring and assisting for fun.
Yeah, it's worrying quite how well he's doing actually. I think he's scored 8 goals and assisted 7. That's huge stats.
They've also got. I hear Sacco is back.
Excellent news.
Great. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And obviously he was.
And this season, we played them away, and I thought that it was a day where we did try hard. I think we had a man sent off, and Gary Cahill got a goal back for us, but they were just too strong for us. And it's got to the stage now where West Ham are better than us. They've only beaten us twice since 2003. We really do have a great record against them. We're not used to this at all, but their fans are going to be coming to Stamford Bridge, buzzing.
Oh, absolutely buzzing. And they're off the back of 3 wins in the league, and one of those wins was a huge win against Spurs.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for doing that, West Ham. You did your duty there. The whole country were behind you that day, as they were in 1966. But can you see us getting a result here? I mean, I've been so optimistic, and a lot of our viewers have given me grief over the season for being far too optimistic.
It's not like them to give you grief.
I know they have a go at me for my optimism because I generally try to see the positive. But I'm struggling here. Can you see a world in which 2 questions here? Do you see a world in which we can beat West Ham, and do you see a world in which we can make a European spot?
I mean, I'm trying to go along the whole. Do you know what? I've tried to be the whole optimistic route. No, I don't think we will make European spot, and I know that may seem very, very negative from me. Do I think we could get a result against West Ham? Yeah, I do believe so. Because, like I said, I think all the pressure's off the players now. There isn't much to play for. actually, you know what? There is one thing I think, as Chelsea fans and as the Chelsea team, we do have to play for, and that is to do everything in our power to stop Spurs from winning the league.
Yeah, but I'd go one step further there. I'd agree with that, but I think that we should be doing our best. I think we've got 3 games left this season.
Yeah.
I think we need to beat West Ham. I think we need to beat Tottenham. And I think we need to lose to Leicester.
Agreed.
That's my...
Agreed.
do you know what? West Ham is such a fascinating club at the moment. It'd be interesting to get a perspective from them, wouldn't it? Just find out what's been going on. So I'm going to invite our dear friends. You may recognise him. If you're a subscriber to the Football Republic, you may recognise him from their channel. But Rob, can you join us for a sec? What I'm going to do, Dave, if it's all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug myself and I'm going to use this to save us.
I'll shout
so
into
that we
your
can
ear,
oh, look, I can do it like that. Don't have to do it. Rob, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Talk to us about this season. We did not see this coming.
Neither did we. And I think the thing is, with West Ham, you're always going to be West Ham. So even though we're 2 points off 4th, every West Ham fan is thinking, it's going wrong. It's going wrong at some point. It's got to go wrong at some point. But it keeps going.
Really, it's worrying quite how well it's going for you. Do you think that what's the dream now? The dream is top 4 and an FA Cup.
The dream is both. The dream is both. Of course it is. But
realistically, what's more important to you? If you had to pick winning the FA Cup or finishing in a Champions League position?
FA Cup.
Really?
Every time. You can't put 4th place on an honours list. Sorry, Arsenal fans. But
don't apologise to them.
a trophy is a trophy.
Do you know what, Rob? I completely agree with you. But you know, we are in the minority, particularly for our viewers. A lot of people would prefer to qualify for the Champions League and do prioritise Champions League qualification over silverware. I love silverware. I love a day out at Wembley. I love seeing my team lift the trophy. But it's interesting. In fact, can you guys do us a favour? Can you comment below? Do you agree with Rob here? Do you agree with me, the two of us? Or do you think that West Ham should be prioritising top 4? How do you feel about this game at Stamford Bridge?
0-0 written all over it. That's how I feel. I think
You take that?
I would take it. And it's, Chelsea are huge rivals for us. This is one of our biggest games of the season, always. I mean, it drives me insane, but even when we're not playing Chelsea, half the songs at the Bowling Ground are about Chelsea.
Yeah. No, do you know what though, Rob? It's mutual. I assure you, it's mutual. I remember when you played Liverpool in an FA Cup final. It must be close to a decade ago now.
Yeah,
I remember going out to watch that game and I was obviously desperate for Liverpool to win that game because West Ham are the historical rival. But a lot of Chelsea fans actually were siding with West Ham over Liverpool, which I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of respect for West Ham and our rivalry. So, quick prediction from you?
0-0. I think it's going to be 0-0. I think it's going to be horrible.
I don't think you've seen our defence in action. We are not keeping a clean sheet.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're going to attack.
Right.
I think it's going to be not one for the football purist.
It's so funny. Thank you so much for popping on, Rob.
Oh,
do you know what's really funny about that? That's the typical West Ham mentality there. They've like, even when they're so good and we're so bad, still the best they can hope for is a 0-0.
It's the bridge.
Yeah. What do you think? We have a quick prediction from you before we go to part 2 where we'll pick our team.
I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. Nice. Optimistic. I like it.
What's yours? What's your prediction? Don't leave me just sitting on the fence.
I don't think
your
we'll win.
red shirt?
I really don't think we'll win.
Really?
I think West Ham will beat us. I can't go any more detailed than that, but I don't think we'll win the game. On that happy note, I will wrap this one up. But make sure you join us for part 2, where we will pick our team. Thank you very much for watching, and comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button. Go on, you Blues. Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. There have been a few dubious signings coming into the club at the moment, haven't there? We're going to take a moment now to go through the top 5 most dubious and pointless signings to have ever signed for Chelsea Football Club in the Premier League era.